Our semifinals are set. We got Cuba, USA tomorrow. Then you have Japan versus Mexico on Monday. But let's start with the game we got going tomorrow. It is on. Now, Cuba's coming into this game with 3 days off after traveling from Japan. Does that help or hurt Cuba, having that much time off and the time change they're going to have?
You know, it's funny you asked that question. I was going to say there's a little bit of help there and a little bit of hurt. Obviously, the big help is with your pitching. You can pretty much do whatever you want with your pitching now because of the way they played in that game at the Tokyo Dome. Not a ton of guys went too many pitches. So with pitching-wise, having these 3 days break is huge.
Yeah.
Now, the negative being they had to fly from Japan. So it's not like, oh, they got 3 days off. That's not fair. No, these teams, Cuba and Japan, are flying from literally the other side of the world and need a few days to catch up on things. So negative there, adjusting to the time zone over here, getting adjusted, which is real. Positives being the pitching. Another negative probably being hitters that are technically in spring training time who are finally probably starting to feel better at the plate. Now have to go a few days in a row without seeing pitching again, so it might revert them back a little bit. But Team Cuba is coming in hot. They started the tournament 0-2, and everybody, including myself, declared them out.
Yeah.
They're done. And next thing you know, they haven't lost since.
Yeah.
They're hot. They're playing good baseball, and now Team USA is going up against them. And we don't yet know the pitching matchup and what Team USA is going to do.
No, but momentum is a real thing in baseball, and they're coming off an insane ending to the game tonight with Trey Turner. So if they can figure out a way to use that exact same energy that they had at the end of this game, roll it right into tomorrow's game, I think they'll be okay. But what are you going to be watching out for USA versus Cuba?
First and foremost, who does USA put out there on the mound? Obviously, game one of this tournament, Adam Wainwright's out there.
Yeah.
He got skipped. We saw that tonight. Lance Lynn was the pitcher out there. So what are they going to do? Mookie Betts told Mark DeRosa today, the manager of Team USA, Mookie Betts went right up to him and said, Skip, manage this game and the rest of the tournament like it's the World Series. Don't worry about hurting people's feelings. That's what Mookie Betts told Mark DeRosa. Adam Wainwright so far for Team USA is probably the one with his feelings hurt a little bit, and he actually said as much. He was vocal about, I'm disappointed that I wasn't the one tasked to start this game. Lance Lynn ended up going. DeRosa said that he will have a prominent role going forward and most likely probably going to pitch in the Cuba game. Is he going to start? I say yes.
Okay.
You can't not use
him.
He's one of the guys. We don't have tons of starting pitching.
Yeah.
You got to use him, and you'd rather that against Cuba than in the championship game if you get there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking out for first off is who pitches that game. Next up would be offensively. Are you building on that momentum? Can you build off of what we saw there tonight with the team? Or is it kind of like oh man, now we came off a high. You got to keep that energy going against a Cuba team that admittedly isn't as good as Team USA or Venezuela, so you can't allow that to play into it, right?
Yeah.
You got to come out and give it your best from the word go like they did tonight with that 5 hits back-to-back-to-back in an early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you got to use that momentum, as I said. It's a real thing in baseball. These guys are used to playing every single day, 162 during the regular season, so I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling great.
They do have some guys on that team. Luis Robert Jr. is a superstar for the White Sox. Well, supposed to be a superstar. Hasn't exactly gotten to superstar status yet, but all the tools in the world. He's on that team. Yohan Moncada is the other name that we will know on Team Cuba. Other than that, you hear Cuba's in the tournament.
Yeah.
You know there's tons of superstars in the league that are Cuban. The majority of them are not playing for Team Cuba. The majority are not playing. So there's only 2 names that most everybody will know, but we can expect a really good Cuba team for sure.